Hi. I'm definitely not Tommy Wiseau. Let's talk about a movie. An independent small film called Captain Marvel, starring Academy Award winner Brie Larson as the title character. It was the first female solo film from the MCU, and it got good enough reviews from sites like Rotten Tomatoes and made over $1 billion at the box office. It's a movie that I, a straight white male, liked. Well, so what is this video even about? Well, take a load of this. If you type in the words Brie Larson on YouTube, you will instead get a load of videos that are mostly hateful and demeaning of her. Sexist. Anti-male. Racist. But why exactly? All because of this.
I am so grateful to be up here to receive this award so I cannot thank my family and my team and instead talk about something that's really important to me. I'd like to bring to light an aspect of our industry that has risen to the surface in the last week. It's an issue that's been bubbling since really the whole time, but this issue has a solution that each one of us in this room can participate in. So earlier this week, USC Annenberg's Inclusive Initiative released findings that 67% of the top critics reviewing the 100 highest grossing movies in 2017 were white males. Less than a quarter were white women, and less than 10% were unrepresented men. Only 2.5% of those top critics were women of color. So you're probably thinking right now, wow, that super doesn't represent the country that I live in, and that's because that's true. This is a huge disconnect from the US population breakdown of 30% white men, 30% white women, 20% men of color, and 20% women of color. So why does that matter? Why am I up here giving you statistics when I could be spending this time talking about my publicist, Lindsay, who I love, and thank you so much for bringing Jesse up here and making me super emotional while I rattle off percentages of people. On top of all of this, am I saying that I hate white dudes? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is that if you make a movie that is a love letter to women of color, there is an insanely low chance a woman of color will have the chance to see your movie and review your movie. And this is also not to mention other people besides white dudes like Star Wars and would love the opportunity to do a set visit. And I'm also saying I don't hate white dudes. I'm just saying we need to be conscious of our bias and do our part to make sure that everyone is in the room. So what would it take for the critic pool to match this 30-30-20-20 real world breakdown, and how can we get there? Well, here I am. It's easier than you might think. The bottom line is that if each of the top 100 films in a year added 9 critics that are 3 underrepresented males, 3 white females, 3 underrepresented females, and the average critic pool would match the US population in just 5 years. Super simple. Really sucks that reviews matter, but reviews matter. Good reviews out of festivals give small independent films a fighting chance to be bought and seen. Good reviews help films gross money. Good reviews slingshot films into awards contenders. A good review can change your life. It changed mine. Our industry has gone through a major growth. Thank you for clapping for my good reviews.
I love that review.
It's so excited to be like, yeah, that one time. Our industry has gone through a major growth. We are expanding to make films that better reflect the people that buy movie tickets. But they are not allowed enough chances to read public discourse on these films by the people that these films were made for. I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what that film meant to women of color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial. And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes. These are just facts. These are not my feelings. And I'm really sorry, Lindsay. Please don't kill me. As some of you know, I immediately jumped onto Frances's brilliant words, inclusion writer, and this was way before she had bumper stickers for her iPad, because I know that this means that my work will be shown, digested, discussed by a variety of people, not just a singular perspective. I want to know what my work means to the world, not a narrow view.
Yes. Some guys are generally upset that she's using her fame to bring light to underrepresented audiences. People of color, women, LGBTQ, you know the drill. It's 2019, for God's sake. The fact that some people are upset about the existence of other groups is puzzling. We get motherfucking cunt wanker groups like Gamergate, the Fandom Menace, men's rights activists, and Comicsgate. If you don't know about these groups, these well-meaning folks are the anti-SJW group. Social justice warrior is a pejorative term for an individual who promotes socially progressive views, including feminism, civil rights, and multiculturalism, as well as identity politics. Look, there's a ton of fake woke people on the internet that are bad, but what's so bad about promoting diversity? This is what Brie is doing. And all of her expressions of help for diversity never come off as condescending and grating. Those wanker groups I mentioned all despise identity politics or feminazi agenda, which is stuff that was targeted most recently towards Disney for Star Wars: The Last Jedi, but that is a different story altogether. I'm just here to tell you why you're wrong about Brie. As a straight white male, I don't see her as a threat like most of these guys. I just see her as a person who wants everyone to have a good time. Look, I get what she said about her not caring about what a white male thinks of A Wrinkle in Time because it's not made for him. I get finding that statement to be stupid and wrong. But on the other things, she's right. White men aren't the only people in this universe. And another thing, I find it hilarious that so many of those wanker groups have made so many YouTube videos hating on Brie every day. Not joking. Every fucking day. This is also another issue for another day. They are abusing the YouTube algorithm so their hate videos reach the top page every single fucking day. It's also sad that hatred against progressive people is now a job. These assholes earn money from it. What the actual fuck? It's funny how people make her out to be unlikable or too serious when she's actually just sarcastic or I guess shy. From my research, she's introverted and does have a sense of humor. Sarcasm, mainly. I have friends that are like that. And god fucking damn it. These guys also lie and went on their way to make sure the movie failed. Which isn't nice. Don't you want all movies to be good? There's a conspiracy going on with these guys to downvote Captain Marvel's audience score on Rotten Tomatoes to discourage people from seeing it. There's a stupid conspiracy a week before the movie's release that Disney forced all theaters to play nothing but Captain Marvel. And let me explain that. The film's ticket sales were made available 2 months before it came out. Theaters don't update their movie slot for the weekend and next week until 2 days before. That's a real thing. And of course, there's the Alita challenge. In case you don't know, Alita, Battle Angel is a science fiction movie about a robot lady with amnesia trying to navigate her past and surviving attacks from assholes who are after her. These haters decide to use the film as nothing more than a large boulder to throw against Captain Marvel because in that time window, that is the other only blockbuster to be led by a woman. Even though the movie is literally filled with stuff that they usually hate. And that's also a good movie too. Which is why I'm sad the movie will only be remembered as the one movie dudes like to use against Captain Marvel for not promoting SJW stuff and not for the really good movie that it is. Fuck off. The hatred on the movie is not what's irritating and awful. Because movies are subjective. I do have my own issues with Captain Marvel, though the pros outweigh the cons for me. It's fine that you don't find the origin story template appealing. It's fine that you don't like the acting. It's fine that you don't like the visual presentation. It's the hatred towards Brie as a person, mind you, not mainly for her performance, just for being open-minded about everyone. I bet if someone else played Captain Marvel and that actress is not as outspoken as Brie, the hate wouldn't be so bad. The reason why Chadwick Boseman or Gal Gadot were never attacked for Black Panther and Wonder Woman respectively is because they are not as outspoken as Brie. And let's talk about one more thing. There's an alternate/extended deleted scene in Captain Marvel in which Carol looks at a map outside LA, then she's approached by a biker dude who starts to harass her while she's doing her business. And then the scene turns into a Terminator 2 homage where she steals the biker's bike and jacket, and then clothes from a nearby mannequin. And unsurprisingly, some dudes are calling her a villain for it. I'm not fucking joking. They called her evil for doing what she did. And what's funny is the male heroes never get called out for that. Captain America stole cars twice, Ant-Man is a goddamn thief before he put on the suit. The Guardians of the Galaxy are all criminals. Spider-Man stole his asshole classmate's car, Iron Man worked with terrorists before he himself was captured. The Henry Cavill Superman destroyed a sexual harasser's truck after the harasser mocked Superman for calling him out on his sexual harassing of women. The Christopher Reeve Superman was assaulted in a diner while powerless, then came back to get his revenge on his assaulter on the diner. And don't get me started on Wolverine, Deadpool, Batman, and the Hulk. Fuck off with that bullshit. Seriously, it's not funny. I know Brie doesn't need defending because well her movie is $1 billion grosser, but come on. Minorities exist, whether you like it or not. They aren't here to go after your manhood. And I say this as a straight white male. And that's it for me. Also note, Jack Black had a YouTube channel called Jay Blinsky Games. Go subscribe to that. Goodbye. And a final message.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.